Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mrs. Cruise hardcore episode. Yes, I did change the name from OPTC Challenge to OPTC Hardcore. I just like the name way better. It feels more invigorating instead of just a boring OPTC Challenge. This is Hardcore One Piece Treasure Cruise. Now, if you are new to the series, you didn't watch episode 102, which I do understand. Those episodes are quite long. I will plan on making this episode and episodes going forward a lot shorter and easier to digest. I will also explain the rules briefly at the start of every episode so that anyone who wants to join in at any time can understand what we're going for in the series. I'll also explain the character on the right, Clawhador and Django, last week's single pool. But before that, we do have some login rewards. So actually, one of the things on our to-do list is to do panel missions. So we're already getting some of these done thanks to logging in. So last week, what we did yesterday was we played Treasure Map. We did one run on the East Blue League. Very, very easy, even with just the basic free-to-play characters we got from doing the Rayleigh's Bazaar exchange. So it's very easy. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of rewards for just that one run. The main thing I was going for was some blue tickets so that I could maybe get a treasure map character, which takes about 1,000 blue treasure map tickets. But unfortunately, you really don't get a lot in the East Blue League, so treasure map is going to be a whole nother ordeal that we're going to be able to do only next month in January. But for now, I actually do have the second free multi that you get when you start a new account. You get these free multis regardless of whatever period of the game you start in. It's just a free Super Sugo Fest. Every day for 10 days you get a free multi-pull, which is great because it's a 3 times legend rate. You get access to Super Sugo Fest exclusives, which are the main legend group that you want as a new player. So as you can see there on the home crew there, our main team right now is quite weak. We don't have a lot to work with, so that's the problem. First off, let me explain the rules. So on the left there, you can see them briefly. So we cannot use any pullable units in the game. Besides, I will explain a bit later on the last week's single pool, or the weekly single pool we'll be doing. Then we cannot use the beginner Straw Hat Pirates. These are the size free-to-play Straw Hats you get at the start of the game. These characters are extremely powerful. I've been getting a lot of copies of them, like enough to max them. But for instance, this Frankie here, he needs to be sold. I can actually keep that Ben Beckman, which is pretty cool. He is a non-pullable character. But this Frankie, he has to go. These characters are really powerful, so they would make this account a lot less interesting to play because I could essentially beat almost everything with them. So for now, we are going to completely get rid of them. Later on, once we get to a later point in the account, I can maybe consider using these characters just to help me farm events easier. But that'll only be once we have an established box much later. I've, as you can see, been farming Golden Pound Usopp. As a new player, this is the quest you want to be farming for multiple reasons. First off, you can sell his copies for each 10 Rayleigh points, which may not seem like a lot, but after a lot of farming, you get a massive amount of Rayleigh points. All the other character recruitment quests, the characters only sell for about 2 Rayleigh points, so he's giving you 5 times more rewards. He's also going to be great for the Chopperman missions later on, the Master missions, where you need to level up a character's special to level 6, like dozens of times. So getting these copies of Golden Pound Usopp is going to make clearing those much easier. You can also evolve him into the Soga King unit, which is also going to help you clear the Master mission. So very good character here. And he, of course, allows you to get the Sai Heim Turtles, which is one of the best leveling up materials in the game. These are the Sai Heims. So each of them give about 375,000 XP. To get a character to level 99 only takes about 2 million. So it's very easy to farm XP materials on Golden Pound Usopp. But I digress. Let's do the free multi-pull of the week. And then we can get into the main event of this episode, which is going to be focused on ship modification. So as a new player, and especially on this account where we can't use any free-to-play, any pullable units, this is going to be a key feature for us, ship modification. I have 2 ships in mind, and we will be able to get all the cola thanks to these panel missions that are currently available. So we have pretty good animations here, but I really could not care. As I said, no pullable units, but I am allowing me to sell pullable units for rally points, which is going to help us purchase some very useful items and ships in the Rayleigh's Bazaar. We can sell one Sugo Rare Legend for 5,000 rally points. So we do actually want to be seeing legends just because they are worth way more points than the rare recruit characters, the gold posters. So I'm just going to skip to the end. As I said, it really doesn't matter who this is going to be. We just need the legends. But while we're at it, might as well explain what I was meaning with the single pull of the week. So yesterday's episode, I keep on saying last week. Yesterday's episode, we did finish OPTC run for the week. And on the series, after I play OPTC run on Sundays, I will do one single pull on any given banner I want. And I get to keep that unit. So essentially we're getting one pullable unit per week. Which is going to be 4 pullable units per month, which is not a lot. It's not a multi-pull I'm doing. It's just going to be a single pull. So this is going to help us just keep the account more interesting. Get a slow influx of usable characters. And yesterday we did end up pulling Klahador and Django, which I will discuss in a moment. So we did get 2 legends from that free multi, which is nice. That's going to be a lot of rally points. So Klahador and Django. This character I was very disappointed about getting when I first saw them. But they actually have some decent use. They are a dual unit, which is very exciting. The main draw for them, in my opinion, is going to be their swap effect. They have a very powerful effect here, and I did max them out. I gave them level 99. I gave them some Forbidden Tomes, 50 of them, to get them max sockets, which is going to be very key to beating a lot of content. I also limit broke them to 20 nodes, I think. So they have a very low cooldown right now, 10 turns only to get them ready. They're going to reduce 5 turns of despair, which is a very common debuff in Treasure Cruise. They have some decent orb manipulation. The main part there is getting around block orbs, which is very important. And we're not going to see a lot of characters that are going to do that. So that's very unique that they have. Then they are going to give a delay conditional attack boost for 2 turns, which we can definitely use. Delay is one of the most common debuffs that you can give to the enemy. So we can use this guy in tandem with the Golden Pound Usopp that we're farming. And this Usopp is going to delay the enemy for 3 turns. So when it comes to early game content where there's no delay immunity, we can use these guys in tandem and get a decent amount of attack boost. But of course, as I said, the main draw is going to be their swap effect, which every turn will allow you to reduce paralysis and bind by 1 turn on all of your characters. So this is going to be a lot more useful for me on this account because I won't be clearing content very easily. I will probably be stalling over multiple turns to get through stages. So every turn getting a reduction of paralysis and bind of 1 turn is quite powerful. So I'm very excited to use him in a future video. But for now, we aren't actually going to do any battles in this video. We are going to be focusing on ship modification. Okay, so we're already 8 minutes in. So let's get going with the main event of this video. So as you can see, we have some panel missions. The main one I want to draw your guys' attention to, I think, is part 10. No. Well, that is very useful. You get support medals from that one. But I'm looking for... Okay, I clicked the exact same one. Not the limit break. It's the one where you have to raise supportive abilities. You get a massive amount of cola from doing that. Yeah, okay, so when we raise a character's support ability, we get 5,000 cola. That's enough to get a ship to level 11. And then we have another 5,000 cola for more support leveling up. And then finally another 5,000 for another support level up. So it takes 5,000 cola to get to level 11 on a ship. And then an additional 10,000 cola for level 12. So in this video, we can at least get 1 ship modified. And I think there's no better ship than the host ship, which is the one I want to bring you guys' attention to. It's the best ship as a new player because it gives you the highest pirate XP boost for a ship. And when you modify it, it does get a higher multiplier for XP boost. So this is definitely the first ship I want to get done. Undoubtedly going to be helpful. It also is going to give you healing with its special and an orb boost, which just amplifies orb effects. And then we also have a end of turn healing. So this ship is going to be a great way to start off with. If you are a new player and you do have Legend Chopper Sai, which is the yellow chopper, or Int Legend Chopper, the purple one, then run him as captains for this quest, because you do get cotton candy as a drop. For me, I do not have access to anything like that. But what I could do is try and get my hands on Gene Bandit, who is a dupe dropping captain, but it's going to be quite hard to get him. He's a very rare drop from story mode. So for now, I'm just going to go in with Vanderdecken and Luffy captains, trying to get as many XP levels as possible. I don't think this quest gives a lot of pirate XP, but it is going to give us a decent amount of cotton candy and also some support medals, which will help us clear the mission, the panel missions, to get some cola. I'm actually not sure if we have enough super cola. We need about 20, I think, for a ship modification. Hopefully we do. We'll see. But I'm just going to auto this quest, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, so I actually do have a second ship in mind that I do want to also modify. We will get a bunch of extra cola from the VV, Legend VV panel missions. So once again, guys, tell me in the comments, should I be allowed to get the Exchange Legend VV and Exchange Legend Ace? Because those guys are quite hard to get your hands on, especially the Ace. So I do think it would be warranted to be able to get them. They are not pullable from any type of banner, so they technically do follow the rules to get. Also, we're getting quite a bit more XP than I was expecting, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we will have to retire the Vanderdecken ship after this, because Ho is a much better pirate XP boosting ship. Wow, this is actually giving even more XP than the pirate XP missions from Chopperman. We get some pirate XP boosting materials, 1 support medal guarantee, and then of course the Ho ship and some cotton candy. We actually did get to level 100 exactly, so that's very cool. Finally in 3-digit land. I mean, pirate level doesn't really matter too much. I feel like the main reason you want a high pirate level as a new player is to actually have people add you to their friend list, because most of the time if people see you only have about 60 pirate level, then they're not going to add you to their friend list. But of course, the main benefit is going to be getting stamina meat large, which will give you a 100% stamina bar refill. So I do recommend, as a new player, use your natural stamina to farm Golden Pound Usopp with the Ho ship and any pirate XP boosting captain you have, and then wait until you have a large stamina bar to actually start using your stamina meats. That will make them a lot more valuable, so I do recommend doing that. Either way, we do have the Ho ship now, so that's pretty huge. We do have 30 super cola. Okay, so we can modify the Ho ship up to level 12. So that's going from 1 to level 12 plus 11. So we will have to find another way to get our hands on another 10 super cola to get to mod 12 on another ship. I mean level 12. Modification is a whole separate thing from level 12. Modification is the one that's going to require a huge amount of berries and also cola, 50 cola and 10 million berries every modification. Very expensive. That's going to be hard to farm on a new account, especially with the berry requirement. Okay, so we do get 1 free modification every day. If you don't know what modification is, it's essentially just a free attempt, and in each modification you're actually doing 5 modifications. So technically each modification only costs about 2 million berries and 10 cola, but you do it in groups of 5 just to make it go faster, because the rates are very low on this. But anyways, you can get up to 150 extra HP, attack and recovery. It is very difficult to get even 120 for each stat, which is going to be the main goal. So as you can see here, I have plus 66, plus 47 and plus 76 for this modification right here. So I'll select this one, and going forward I'll have extra stats when using this ship. But besides that, if you do get at least plus 90, I think it's plus 91. You need plus 91 on all 3 stats. Then you get access to this first ability here. which is going to give you a double pirate XP earned instead of the 1.75x that it gives you without the modification result. So if you do get 121 and above for all 3 stats, you get access to the second ability, which will give you another turn of cooldown at the start of the quest, meaning you have to do less stalling. Currently, we only get 1 turn of cooldown from the ship, which is still pretty good. Besides the cooldown and the pirate XP boost, the ship also gives us 2000 healing at the end of the turn. Has a pretty good special for 2x ore boost for 2 turns, and also an end of turn heal. And then also a 1.65x attack boost for all of our characters. It also makes it easier to hit perfect strikes, so as a new player, that's fairly helpful. So that's ship modification in a nutshell. But for now, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Next episode, I will be trying to get my hands on another ship, which I'll have to get from story mode. And we'll try and get the modification resources for that. The Super Cola from Pirate King Adventures. We still have 10 days before Pirate King Adventures leaves, so we should be fine on that. But yeah, pretty short episode. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a recap about what we've done. And also got our amazing host ship, which we will apply to all of our teams. Do we have any tickets just to end off with? Of course, as I said, we are not going to keep these characters. It's just going to be for Rayleigh points. We also get another copy of that Luffy there. It was pretty good for my account. Remember that Luffy, the Law, and then also the Shanks from the Rayleigh's Bazaar all have level limit break, which means they get upgraded specials when you feed in a certain amount of duplicates. They also get upgraded captain abilities, meaning they're actually very usable on this account. Next episode, I actually do want to go ahead and clear a raid or clash, which is quite exciting. There's one character I have in mind who's very powerful. He's going to be quite exciting to go up against. We should be able to win. He doesn't do much. He just has a decent amount of HP. But yeah, that's about it. I'll thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about the series, ask them down below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace, and I'm out. Also, stay tuned for my Kizuna team's video if you are an in-game player.